I think if I hear you call me Becky one more time, six-pack, I'm gonna pop your tops. All six of them.
Who are you?
Hey, this is Matt once again. Welcome back to another review. This is for AntLionAlpha. It's a paid request. Thank you so much for that. If anyone wants to request pretty much any type of reviews, movie topics, reactions, pretty much any type of videos, you can request them via either my PayPal or join my Patreon. Both links are down below in the info box. But Enemy. It's directed by Denis Villeneuve. I can never say his last name. He did Blade Runner 2049, which I love. He did Sicario, which I enjoyed. Both of those reviews are on the channel. I'm not really into Prisoners. I just couldn't get into it. This one is hard to talk about because in a way there's not much to say. I mean, Jake Gyllenhaal, I like as an actor. He does a good job in the film. It's a psychological movie where he's a college professor. One day someone mentions he should rent this film, Where There's a Will, There's a Way. And you tell that his sex life isn't going well, and there's a little bit of repetitious nature to his life. And at one point he wakes up and he sees his laptop glowing. So he goes back to rewatch this film and he notices there's someone in there that looks exactly like him. And so he finds out this guy's an actor and he starts looking into who this guy is. And this actor looks like him, but he's a bit more of an ass. He has a pregnant wife. And pretty much it's the two of them kind of studying each other throughout the film. Like, how come you look exactly like me? I don't know what's going on. And pretty much it's a psychological thing where... How do I go into it without spoilers? With movies like this, there's only certain ways it can go. Either one, they are twins. Or two, it's not a twin, it's him seeing another version of himself. Or it's like The Dark Half. And it's not like The Dark Half, which is pretty decent George Romero film. It's not like The Dark Half, but on top of that, it gets to a point where the actor Jake Gyllenhaal, he wants the guy's girlfriend, the professor Jake Gyllenhaal's girlfriend. It's like, you know what, I'm going to dress up your clothes, I'm going to go see your girlfriend. And then Jake Gyllenhaal, the professor, goes to see the pregnant wife, and she seemed more receptive of him, maybe because the actor Jake Gyllenhaal was a bit of a dick. And throughout the film, there's spider imagery. I mean, the first scene in the movie is this woman, we don't see it, but she's ready to crush a spider with her foot. And it cuts away. Or there's like a weird, crazy shot of the city with like a giant fucking spider in the midst of it. You're like, what the fuck? And it cuts away. Is it a giant spider invasion? No. And then the ending, I'll get to that. But I didn't hate the film because I like Jake Gyllenhaal. It's not a badly shot film. Without the end credits, it's only like an hour and 30 minutes. The few bits was dealing with spider stuff was kind of creepy. But like I said, it's not really a lot happening. It seemed like something that would work better as a short film than feature length. Because it didn't seem like there was a lot of material for that period of time. Because it's one Jake Gyllenhaal sees the other, or one Jake Gyllenhaal is driving and the other drives by on a motorcycle, or one Jake Gyllenhaal sees his mom, and then you hear dialogue, hey, you need to quit that fantasy of being a third-rate movie actor. And then the professor, Jake Gyllenhaal, says, what do you say, Mom? And then stuff like that is like, okay, I get what you're going with. And to go into spoilers, because I have to, what the movie's going into is Jake Gyllenhaal really is this married guy with a pregnant girlfriend. Either he had an affair, or he's having an affair, or he had an affair in the past. And maybe that's why he views them as women, this dark side of him. There's a moment where he sees someone walk upside down with a spider face. And a couple weird images of that nature in the film. But the reason I say these are the same people is because, again, the professor is seeing his mom, but then the mom goes, hey, that fancy you being an actor, don't worry about it anymore. Or certain conversations that certain other characters have with each other. Or the fact that, again, spoilers, the asshole actor and then the girlfriend of the professor, they get in a car crash, supposedly die, but there's like a spider web. And then you cut to the professor putting on the actor's clothes. The pregnant wife seems totally cool with him, as if they are together, because really they are. And maybe that guy's like his dark self that he's trying to bury, or his dark self that he's trying to move on, or his dark self that, hey, I had an affair, I need to stop that shit, I need to be with my pregnant wife. But then there's this envelope he opens to a key to this club, which is probably the club we saw at the very beginning of the film. And the way it ends is weird because the pregnant wife calls for him. Then he's like, hey, you okay? Opens the door, and it's a giant fucking tarantula, as in like giant, who gets scared and stares at him from the corner. Like giant. And then Jake Gyllenhaal looks and just goes, and the movie's over. And there's that part of like, what the fuck was that? Granted, there's one reviewer who's like, it's the scariest ending ever. I'm like, I don't like spiders. Even I'm like, that's not the scariest movie ending ever. It's weird. But I guess it's supposed to be, from what I would gather, this enemy of his dark self, he's overcoming it. But that temptation is there so he could easily go down this path again. Because he's saying yes to go in the club that this T was with. He's overcome it for now, but it seems like he's going down that path yet again. Because now he's seeing women as spiders again, including his pregnant wife. But even when I'm saying all this, I go, okay, but was it really that exciting of a film? Nah. Was it a scary film? No, it's not really supposed to be a scary film. What do I feel about it emotionally? Well, the girlfriend or the pregnant lady, I didn't see them much as characters because I can't really tell you much about them as characters. Jake Gyllenhaal I liked as an actor. There's little bits that differentiate between the professor one and the actor one, but it's not a world of difference. It's not... Fuck, I saw more differences between the two Van Dams and Double Impact, honestly. Which I would put that over this. So I wasn't really big on it. I didn't hate the film. I'm kind of watching it going, where's this going? And some of the weird spider stuff was like, that's weird. And the ending is like, that's really fucking weird. But I mean, people who maybe there's some psychological films I like. Jacob's Ladder, with Tim Robbins being one of them. But I feel like I got more out of that story, or got more out of that plot, or just more stuff was actually happening. Well, here, like I said, I think you could easily condense this to like a 30-minute short film. I don't think this needed to be 90 minutes. I don't really see the reason why it's 90 minutes. So at times it just felt like filler, or it dragged at points, even at its 90-minute running time. Maybe it needed... I'm not saying it needed to be an action horror movie. I'm saying just some more stuff happening. And I just say this is trying to be more of a character study than anything else, and I can appreciate that. And again, it's bits of the story that made me think a little bit, and the effects aren't that bad. The one shot of the city with like this spider with his long ass legs, that's a creepy shot. That's a creepy 10 seconds. The ending, the big spider looked decent effects wise. It's like, what the fuck? Like, it gave me that reaction. It's not something I saw coming. So that wasn't predictable. I'll say that. It wasn't that bit wasn't predictable. But like I said, it's I would never see myself watching it again. I guess if you're a diehard Denny, you need to see every film that guy's done since he's doing the new Dune, which I'm curious about. I would put Sicario and Blade Runner 2049 easily above this. At least it's not as long as Prisoners, because Prisoners felt like it was 5 hours long. I'm sorry, that's just my opinion. At least this, I was a bit... Even the simple weird shit of the spider stuff was... caught my interest a little bit. But, guess it depends how much you're into psychological movies. Of course, by this point, since I said spoilers, you might not even be watching this part of the review. Usually, I mean, the only way I can do reviews is if people have seen the film. That's just only way to do it. So, with that said, it's really hard for me to think of anything else to talk about with this movie. I guess maybe that says more than anything else. But do I think it's a piss poorly made, like directed film? No. The other actors do their jobs fine. Jake Gyllenhaal, I like his actor. I wouldn't say this is a mind-blowing acting performance of playing these two characters, because there's minute differences in their acting, but it's nothing like a 180. I can't remember the musical score. Not that it's bad, I just can't remember it. The color scheme is a little bit like yellow hues, which was alright, although at times felt a little bit too filtered, but it was alright look. But I think his other films like Sicario, Blade Runner 2049 is not really fair, because that's a much bigger movie, but compared to like Sicario, I thought Sicario was a better looking film than this. But it's not a bad looking film either. So I don't know, just kind of a there movie. But with that said, thanks for watching. Take care. We'll see you guys later. Bye-bye.